98.9% of you are not subscribed. Enter and subscribe because of the amount of 1,000 subscribers I will post a very special video for you. The incident. The galaxy was vast and teeming with life, each corner filled with species of varying shapes, sizes, and cultures. Among the myriad civilizations, humans were a relatively new addition to the interstellar community. Known for their resilience and ingenuity, they had quickly made a name for themselves. However, they were also often underestimated by older, more established species who saw them as just another primitive race clawing its way up the technological ladder. The Galactic Federation, a coalition of the most advanced civilizations, had initially viewed humans with a mix of curiosity and skepticism. Humans had been granted a seat at the table, but their influence was minimal, their voice often drowned out by the louder, more powerful species. This story begins on the planet Draconis Prime, the heart of the Draconian Empire. The Draconians were a formidable race, towering reptilian beings known for their military prowess and strict hierarchical society. Their empire spanned dozens of star systems, and they held significant sway within the Federation. Captain Ragos, a distinguished officer in the Draconian fleet, had recently been assigned to oversee a joint mining operation on the remote planet of Tartarus IV. The operation was critical, as Tartarus IV was rich in a rare mineral vital for advanced energy production. The Federation had deemed it a collaborative effort, involving teams from multiple species, including humans. Captain Ragos, however, saw the human contingent as more of a nuisance than a help. The humans, led by Commander Sarah Mitchell, were a small team of engineers and scientists. Despite their technological advancements, Ragos viewed them as inferior, their presence merely a political formality. The mining operation had been running smoothly for several months until an unexpected disaster struck. Deep within the planet's crust, a volatile pocket of gas ignited, causing a massive explosion that collapsed several tunnels and trapped dozens of workers underground. The blast also disrupted the planet's fragile tectonic stability, triggering severe earthquakes. Panic spread quickly through the mining colony. Captain Ragos, determined to maintain order, issued commands to secure the area and begin rescue operations. The Draconian soldiers moved efficiently, but the scale of the disaster was overwhelming. With communications down and supplies running low, hope began to wane. Commander Sarah Mitchell, recognizing the gravity of the situation, approached Captain Ragos. "Captain, we need to work together if we're going to save these people. My team has experience with subterranean rescue operations." Ragos, his pride wounded by the situation, was initially reluctant. "Your help is unnecessary, human. We Draconians can handle this." Sarah met his gaze, her eyes unwavering. "This isn't about pride, Captain. Lives are at stake. Let us help." After a tense moment, Ragos nodded curtly. "Very well. Coordinate with my officers." Sarah immediately rallied her team, and the humans set to work. Utilizing their advanced scanning equipment and drones, they quickly identified the locations of the trapped workers. The human engineers devised a plan to stabilize the tunnels and create safe passages for the rescue teams. The collaborative effort began to bear fruit. Under Sarah's leadership, the humans and Draconians managed to reach several pockets of survivors. As the hours turned into days, the death toll remained lower than feared, thanks to the combined efforts of both teams. However, just as the situation seemed to be under control, another massive quake struck. This time, the Central Command Center, where Ragos and Sarah were coordinating the operations, was heavily damaged. The roof caved in, trapping both leaders and several of their officers under rubble. Captain Ragos, injured but conscious, looked around at the chaos. "Damn it! We need to get out of here and continue the rescue operations." Sarah, bleeding from a gash on her forehead but otherwise unharmed, nodded. "Agreed. Let's move, people." Together, they managed to clear the debris and find a way out. The ordeal had forged an unspoken bond between the Draconian captain and the human commander. They had seen each other's determination and resilience firsthand. Once free, they continued to lead the rescue efforts. After several harrowing days, all the trapped workers were either rescued or accounted for. The operation, though marred by tragedy, was hailed as a success due to the relatively low number of casualties. The incident on Tartarus 4 sent ripples through the Galactic Federation. News of the disaster and the heroic rescue efforts reached every corner of the galaxy. But it was the newfound respect between humans and Draconians that caught the most attention. Captain Ragos, once a staunch critic of humans, publicly acknowledged their bravery and ingenuity. "This incident has shown me that humans are more than capable allies," Ragos declared at a Federation assembly. "Their determination and resourcefulness saved many lives. We would do well to respect them and learn from them." Commander Sarah Mitchell received numerous accolades for her leadership. The Federation Council recognized the importance of mutual respect and collaboration among its members, and humans began to see an increase in their influence and standing within the galactic community. However, not all was well. The incident on Tartarus 4 had deeper implications. The volatile gas pockets and tectonic instability were not natural occurrences. Investigations revealed signs of tampering, suggesting that someone had deliberately sabotaged the mining operation. The revelation sent shockwaves through the Federation. If true, it meant that there were elements within or outside the Federation willing to risk countless lives for their own gain. The suspicion and paranoia grew, threatening the fragile unity that had been bolstered by the joint rescue efforts. In the aftermath, Captain Ragos and Commander Sarah Mitchell were tasked with leading the investigation. They would have to navigate a web of intrigue, deceit, and hidden agendas to uncover the truth. Their newfound alliance would be put to the test as they delved deeper into the conspiracy. The stakes were higher than ever. The integrity of the Galactic Federation and the lives of billions depended on their success. As they embarked on this new mission, they both understood one thing clearly. They could never afford to underestimate the humans again. The initial investigation led Ragos and Sarah to examine the data from the mining colony. Anomalies in the energy signatures and seismic activity logs suggested the use of advanced technology to trigger the disaster. The sophistication of the sabotage pointed to a well-funded and highly skilled group. They began by interviewing survivors and reviewing security footage. Patterns began to emerge, hinting at the involvement of insiders. The pair's inquiries led them to a suspect, a high-ranking Draconian officer named General Vaelos. Known for his ambition and ruthless tactics, Vaelos had often clashed with more moderate elements within the Draconian Empire. General Vaelos had been present on Tartarus 4 before the incident, ostensibly to oversee the operation. His departure just before the explosion now seemed highly suspicious. With mounting evidence, Ragos and Sarah decided to confront him. The confrontation took place in a secluded location on Draconis Prime. General Vaelos, flanked by his loyal guards, met them with a cold, calculating expression. "Captain Ragos, Commander Mitchell, to what do I owe this unexpected visit?" Ragos didn't mince words. "General, we have reason to believe you were involved in the sabotage of the mining operation on Tartarus 4. The evidence points to your presence and actions leading up to the disaster." Vaelos's eyes narrowed. "You accuse me of treason, Ragos. That's a serious charge." Sarah stepped forward, her voice steady. "This isn't just about Draconian politics, General. Lives were lost and many more were endangered. We need answers." Vaelos sneered. "You overestimate your importance, human. This is an internal Draconian matter. You have no jurisdiction here." Ragos, his temper flaring, drew his weapon. "This is about justice, Vaelos. Surrender peacefully or face the consequences." Tension crackled in the air as Vaelos's guards moved to protect their leader. But before violence could erupt, an unexpected ally arrived. Admiral Thalira, a respected Draconian leader known for her commitment to the Federation's principles, intervened. "Stand down, everyone," Admiral Thalira commanded, her presence commanding immediate respect. "General Vaelos, you will come with us. The Federation will not tolerate treachery." Realizing he was outnumbered and outmaneuvered, Vaelos reluctantly surrendered. He was taken into custody, and a thorough investigation ensued. The evidence against him was overwhelming, and he was ultimately found guilty of orchestrating the sabotage to destabilize the Federation and consolidate his power. The trial was a turning point for the Galactic Federation. It reinforced the need for vigilance and cooperation among its members. The incident on Tartarus 4, while tragic, had also strengthened the bonds between humans and Draconians, proving that they could overcome adversity together. Captain Ragos and Commander Sarah Mitchell were hailed as heroes, their efforts in both the rescue and the investigation cementing their reputations as formidable leaders. Their partnership, forged in the crucible of crisis, became a symbol of the potential for unity and collaboration within the galaxy. As the Federation moved forward, lessons from the incident were integrated into its policies and operations. Enhanced security measures, improved communication protocols, and increased transparency became standard practice. The goal was to prevent such a disaster from happening again, and to ensure that the values of trust and mutual respect were upheld. Ragos and Sarah continued to work closely, their alliance growing stronger with each new challenge. They spearheaded initiatives to foster greater understanding and cooperation between their respective species, promoting joint training programs and cultural exchanges. One such initiative was the establishment of the Interstellar Academy, a prestigious institution dedicated to training the next generation of leaders from all Federation member species. Located on a neutral planet, the Academy became a melting pot of ideas and perspectives, where young minds learned the importance of unity and collaboration. Years passed, and the galaxy saw significant advancements in technology, diplomacy, and cultural exchange. The legacy of the incident on Tartarus IV endured, a reminder of the power of resilience and the strength found in diversity. As Ragos and Sarah looked out over a bustling spaceport, teeming with ships from countless worlds, they reflected on how far they had come. The galaxy was not without its challenges, but it was a place where different species could coexist and thrive. "Do you ever wonder what would have happened if we hadn't worked together that day?" Sarah asked, her gaze distant. Ragos shook his head. "No point dwelling on what-ifs. We made the right choice, and it's brought us here. We've shown the galaxy what's possible when we stand united." Sarah smiled. "And we'll keep showing them. Together." With a sense of shared purpose, they turned back to their work, ready to face whatever the future held. The message was clear. They would never underestimate the power of unity and the strength of their bond. The galaxy was a better place because they had chosen to work together, and they would continue to forge a path of hope, resilience, and collaboration for generations to come. Unseen forces. The Galactic Federation's newfound unity, symbolized by the collaboration between Captain Ragos and Commander Sarah Mitchell, was put to the test as whispers of unrest began to spread. The arrest and conviction of General Velos had quelled immediate concerns, but it had also exposed a deeper, more insidious threat lurking within the Federation's ranks. Unknown to Ragos and Sarah, a shadowy organization known as the Obsidian Order had been manipulating events from behind the scenes. Comprised of disillusioned elements from various species, including Draconians, humans, and others, the Order sought to dismantle the Federation and establish their own vision of galactic dominance. The Order's existence came to light when a coded transmission was intercepted by Federation intelligence. The message, encrypted with advanced technology, hinted at a planned attack on a key Federation facility, the Nexus Research Station, where groundbreaking work on interstellar travel and energy sources was being conducted. Admiral Thalira, now a key figure in the Federation's leadership, called an emergency meeting. The room was filled with representatives from all member species, their expressions grave as they discussed the implications of the intercepted transmission. "We cannot underestimate the threat posed by the Obsidian Order," Thalira said, her voice firm. "Their reach extends further than we initially believed. We must act swiftly and decisively to protect the Nexus Research Station and uncover the full extent of their operations." Sarah and Ragos were present, their partnership now a cornerstone of the Federation's defense strategy. Sarah leaned forward, her eyes sharp. "We need to secure the station and investigate its staff. There may be agents of the Order already embedded within." Ragos nodded in agreement. "And we should consider setting a trap. Use the intercepted transmission to our advantage and lure them out." The plan was set into motion. The Nexus Research Station, a sprawling complex located on a remote moon, was placed on high alert. Security was tightened, and all personnel underwent thorough background checks. At the same time, a small team of elite operatives, led by Ragos and Sarah, prepared to intercept any infiltration attempts. Days turned into weeks, and tension hung in the air. The station's scientists continued their work under the watchful eyes of security, unaware of the looming danger. Sarah and Regos coordinated their efforts, utilizing their complementary skills to ensure no detail was overlooked. The breakthrough came when one of the station's lead engineers, a human named Dr. Elena Brooks, discovered anomalies in the station's energy grid. Unusual power surges and unexplained disruptions suggested that someone was tampering with the systems. Dr. Brooks, a brilliant and meticulous scientist, brought her findings to Sarah and Regos. "I believe someone is trying to sabotage our work. These disruptions are too precise to be accidental." Sarah examined the data, her brow furrowed in concentration. "We need to trace the source of these anomalies. It might lead us to the saboteurs." Regos agreed. "I'll mobilize a team to monitor the energy grid and set up traps. We'll catch them in the act." Under the cover of night, the operatives deployed their equipment, placing sensors and surveillance devices throughout the station. They worked silently and efficiently, knowing that any mistake could tip off the saboteurs. The next evening, the sensors detected movement in one of the restricted areas. A figure, shrouded in darkness, moved stealthily through the corridors, heading towards the main energy control room. Sarah and Regos, alerted by the operatives, moved quickly to intercept. They cornered the intruder just as he was about to disable a critical system. The figure turned, revealing himself to be a high-ranking security officer, his eyes filled with a cold determination. "You're too late," he hissed. "The order will prevail." Before he could react, Regos and Sarah subdued him, securing him for interrogation. The officer's defiance only fueled their resolve to uncover the full extent of the order's plans. Interrogation revealed that the sabotage was only the beginning. The Obsidian Order had a network of agents embedded within key Federation facilities, and their ultimate goal was to destabilize the Federation from within. The captured officer, under intense questioning, provided crucial information about the Order's operations and leadership. Armed with this knowledge, the Federation launched a coordinated effort to root out the Order's agents. Raids were conducted across multiple planets, and arrests were made. The Order's infrastructure, once shrouded in secrecy, began to crumble. As the Federation dismantled the Order's network, Regos and Sarah found themselves facing the organization's elusive leader, known only as Shadow. Shadow was a master of manipulation, his true identity hidden even from his closest associates. The confrontation came to a head on the industrial planet of Mekron-Theth, where Shadow had established a secret base. The base, concealed within a massive manufacturing complex, was heavily fortified and guarded by loyal followers. Regos, Sarah, and a team of elite operatives infiltrated the complex, navigating its labyrinthine corridors and evading security systems. Their objective was clear: capture Shadow and bring an end to the Order's reign of terror. The final showdown took place in the heart of the complex, a cavernous chamber filled with machinery and glowing monitors. Shadow, cloaked in darkness, awaited them with an air of confidence. "So the Federation's champions have come to face me," Shadow said, his voice echoing through the chamber. "But you are too late. The seeds of chaos have already been sown." Rego stepped forward, his expression steely. "Your plans end here, Shadow. Surrender, and perhaps we can show you mercy." Shadow laughed, a cold, mirthless sound. "Mercy? From the likes of you? I think not." With a swift motion, Shadow activated a series of traps, and the chamber erupted into chaos. Automated turrets emerged from the walls, and armed guards poured into the room. The battle was fierce, with Regos, Sarah, and their team fighting valiantly against overwhelming odds. Despite the onslaught, Regos and Sarah pushed forward, their determination unwavering. They fought side by side, their movements synchronized, reflecting the trust and understanding that had grown between them. In the heat of the battle, Sarah managed to disable the turrets, while Regos took down the guards. They closed in on Shadow, who, realizing his defeat was imminent, attempted to escape. Regos tackled Shadow, pinning him to the ground. "It's over, Shadow. The order is finished." Shadow sneered, his defiance undiminished. You may have won this battle, but the war is far from over. There will always be those who seek to dismantle your precious Federation. Sarah approached, her gaze steady. And there will always be those who stand against them. Your reign of terror ends today. With Shadow in custody, the Federation moved quickly to secure the complex and dismantle the remaining elements of the Obsidian Order. The capture of Shadow was a significant victory, but it also served as a reminder of the constant vigilance required to maintain peace and unity. The events on Mecron 5 strengthened the resolve of the Federation's members. The threat posed by the Obsidian Order had been a wake-up call, highlighting the importance of trust, cooperation, and shared values. In the aftermath, Regos and Sarah returned to the Nexus Research Station, where they were greeted as heroes. The station's personnel, grateful for their leadership and bravery, held a celebration in their honor. Admiral Thalira addressed the gathered crowd, her voice filled with pride. Today, we honor Captain Regos and Commander Sarah Mitchell for their unwavering dedication to the principles of the Federation. Their courage and determination have safeguarded our future and strengthened the bonds between our worlds. As the crowd erupted into applause, Regos and Sarah exchanged a glance, their bond deeper than ever. They had faced tremendous challenges and emerged victorious, their partnership a testament to the power of unity and collaboration. In the years that followed, the Federation continued to thrive. The lessons learned from the confrontation with the Obsidian Order were integrated into its policies and practices, ensuring that such a threat would never rise again. Regos and Sarah remained at the forefront of these efforts, their leadership inspiring others to embrace the values of trust, respect, and cooperation. Together, they built a legacy of resilience and unity, a beacon of hope for generations to come. As they stood on the observation deck of the Nexus Research Station, gazing out at the stars, Regos and Sarah knew that their journey was far from over. The galaxy was vast and filled with challenges, but they were ready to face them, side by side. "We've come a long way," Sarah said softly, her eyes reflecting the starlight. Regos nodded, his expression thoughtful. "And we have much further to go, but I have no doubt that we can overcome anything together." With a sense of shared purpose and determination, they turned their gaze to the horizon, ready to embrace the future and whatever it held. The message was clear. The Federation would stand strong, united by the bonds forged in the crucible of adversity. And together, they would continue to build a galaxy where peace, understanding, and cooperation reigned supreme. The triumph of unity. The capture of Shadow marked a pivotal moment in the history of the Galactic Federation. As the leaders of the Federation gathered to celebrate the victory and discuss the future, there was a renewed sense of purpose and unity among them. The lessons learned from the struggle against the Obsidian Order had not only strengthened their resolve, but had also deepened the bonds between the member species. In the aftermath of the battle on Mecron 5, the Federation initiated a comprehensive review of its security protocols and governance structures. The aim was to ensure that such a threat could never again rise from within. Regos and Sarah played key roles in these reforms, using their experiences and insights to guide the process. The Interstellar Academy, which had become a symbol of the Federation's commitment to unity and collaboration, was expanded. New programs were introduced, focusing on interspecies diplomacy, conflict resolution, and advanced scientific research. Students from across the galaxy flocked to the Academy, eager to learn and contribute to the future of the Federation. One of the most significant changes was the establishment of the Federation Intelligence Agency, FIA, a centralized body responsible for gathering and analyzing information to detect and prevent threats to the Federation. Regos was appointed as the first director of the FIA, a role that suited his strategic mind and deep understanding of interstellar politics. Sarah, meanwhile, took on the role of Chief Diplomatic Officer, overseeing the Federation's efforts to strengthen ties with existing members and forge new alliances. Her ability to navigate complex political landscapes and build trust between diverse cultures made her an ideal choice for this position. The Federation also launched the Nexus Initiative, a series of projects aimed at fostering innovation and cooperation across various fields. This included the development of new energy sources, advanced medical technologies, and sustainable agricultural practices. The initiative was a testament to the Federation's belief in the power of collaboration to drive progress and improve the lives of its citizens. One of the first projects under the Nexus Initiative was the construction of the Unity Spaceport, a state-of-the-art facility designed to facilitate travel and trade between Federation members. The spaceport, located on a strategically positioned planet, quickly became a bustling hub of activity, symbolizing the interconnectedness of the galaxy. As these developments unfolded, Regos and Sarah continued to lead by example. Their partnership, forged in the heat of battle and tempered by shared challenges, remained a cornerstone of the Federation's success. They traveled extensively, visiting member planets and engaging with their inhabitants to understand their needs and aspirations. During one such visit to the planet Lyra Prime, they were approached by a group of young students who had been inspired by their story. The students, representing various species, presented a project they had been working on, a model of an interstellar communication network that could facilitate instant communication across vast distances. Impressed by their ingenuity, Regos and Sarah supported the project, providing resources and expertise to help bring it to fruition. The project, named the Galactic Network, eventually became a vital tool for the Federation, enhancing communication and coordination among its members. As the years passed, the Federation continued to thrive. The reforms and initiatives implemented in the wake of the Obsidian Order's defeat laid the foundation for a more resilient and united galaxy. The principles of trust, respect, and cooperation that Regos and Sarah championed became deeply ingrained in the fabric of the Federation. On the 10th anniversary of the battle on Mekron 5th, a grand ceremony was held at the Unity Spaceport to commemorate the victory and celebrate the progress that had been made. Representatives from all member species attended, along with dignitaries from newly allied civilizations. Admiral Thalira, now the Supreme Commander of the Federation Defense Forces, delivered the keynote address. Her speech reflected on the journey they had undertaken and the challenges they had overcome. 10 years ago, we faced a threat that sought to tear us apart, Thalira began, her voice resonating with pride and determination. But instead of succumbing to fear and division, we stood together. We proved that unity is our greatest strength, and today, we celebrate not just our victory, but the bonds we have forged and the future we are building together. As Thalira spoke, Regos and Sarah stood side by side, their hearts filled with gratitude and hope. They had seen firsthand the power of unity and the incredible things that could be achieved when diverse species work together towards a common goal. After the ceremony, Regos and Sarah took a moment to reflect on their journey. They walked through the bustling spaceport, observing the myriad of life and activity around them. The sight was a powerful reminder of the impact they had made and the potential that lay ahead. "We've come a long way," Sarah said, her voice filled with emotion. "But there's still so much more to do." Regos nodded, his expression resolute. "And we'll do it together as we always have." Their journey had been filled with challenges and triumphs, but through it all, they had remained steadfast in their commitment to the principles that had brought them together. They had shown the galaxy that differences could be strengths, and that unity was not just a lofty ideal, but a tangible reality. As they looked out at the stars, they knew that their work was far from over. The galaxy was vast and filled with countless opportunities for growth and discovery. With the Federation stronger than ever, they were ready to face whatever the future held. And so, under the watchful gaze of the stars, Regos and Sarah continued their journey. A beacon of hope and unity in a galaxy brimming with possibilities. The future was bright, and together they would continue to build a legacy of peace, understanding, and collaboration for generations to come. The message was clear. The Federation would never again underestimate the power of unity, nor would it forget the lessons learned from its trials. The bonds forged in the crucible of adversity had created a foundation for a future where peace, progress and cooperation reigned supreme. And as long as there were stars in the sky, Rahagos, Sarah, and the Federation would continue to strive towards that vision, united in their purpose and unwavering in their resolve.